Hey guys, it's Christina from Subscribe to Life, Life According to Kay, and I'm back today. This is going to be a full-length video to tell you guys a little bit more about my cultural experiences off-grid. First of all, can we first appreciate that scenery behind here? Isn't it amazing? This is what I see every single day I take walks. It's amazing. I love it. Again, one of the reasons, if you are not off-grid, if you don't appreciate nature, get with it, get to it. This is wonderful. It is worth what you believe is a sacrifice, but when you are here, you'll come to believe it is a joy to experience and not a sacrifice at all. Anyway, just to tell you guys a few things. So when it comes to the idea of superficiality versus maybe internal attributes, right? Character. I think something I could tell you, I have a few stories, but one story I want to tell you in particular is when I first came out here. Just for the sake of people's privacy, I'm going to use like pen names, right? So if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you are aware, and that was me waving at my neighbor. You are aware that my father-in-law lives about a mile from us, down the road, not too far, in his own like ranch homestead, about 10 acres. And it's been a blessing for us, really. But anyway, he lives down there, and he's my husband's lived off grid all his life, mainly in that ranch, but before then they were somewhere else prior. So anyway, so he's a great example of what it means to look at people's skill and the resources they bring versus what it means to look at people and make a judgment and disregard them or whatever, right? What I've experienced. So there is somebody that when I first came down here, I met, and we'll call this person Julie, okay? Julie is a great ranch hand for my father-in-law. Helps split wood, helps to take care of certain cleaning things in the household, a friend, right? But also somebody who is just really well versed in many different skill sets, things that we need off grid in this lifestyle, right? Very good at helping with projects, very good at some mechanical things. This person's very well versed. But when I first met her, if you were to look at appearances, you would not think that this person would be the person with such skill level, right? It wasn't just your typical, oh, maybe they look like they, do some branch work. Maybe they have, cowboy boots, blue jeans, whatever you associate with like country living, right? No. Mismatched clothing, maybe not always kept, right? Hair might not always be the greatest, whatever it is. It was however that person chose to look that day, right? And for me, coming from the city, you put on a certain uniform to be with people, right? Uniforms aren't just for work. They're also for our daily life, in my opinion. If you live in the city, there is a certain type of facade that we all put on, we think we need to put on to prove our worth, show who we are, whatever, right? That doesn't have anything to do with our character. So anyway, this person, I was like, oh, who is this person? Like what is this person doing here? Everybody was friendly, my father-in law's friends, my husband, everyone was friendly with this person. Everybody, this person was there for projects, if you need a helping hand, whatever. And then also everyone would throw a few dollars here or there to help them out. And that was all they needed. They liked helping, and they liked to be able to, get a little handiwork money on the side, right? Still didn't get it. But as I went through the months and months, I started to realize just how integral and how important it was to have this person in the life of my father-in-law and a lot of the other neighbors off grid in the area, right? The ability to have, if a lot of you don't know, it snows up here. So you have to, if you have a heating system that involves a stove, right? A wood burning fire. You have to get some firewood, right? You have to find sources of downed trees. Maybe someone's selling a tree they fell and they have it split up, and then you get to take some, haul some, right? You have to find it before winter, because once winter comes, it's a no-go. So everyone around here stacks up the wood, make sure they have it before winter comes. Can hit anywhere from December to January, we'll get our first snowfall. So I could see my father-in-law sometimes has an issue with the energy level, or maybe like he's hurting in a certain part of his body, right? My husband will help, but then my husband works, I work, and then this job still need to be done. And so it's been a huge help to have this person just be able to be on standby, be able to go. When I tell you this lady, like the best of them, handling an axe, getting it going, that's exactly what she does. She has lived this lifestyle for a long time, and just enjoys helping people. And so she's been there, huge help. When I saw that, I was just like, okay, this is interesting. Let me see more. Then I go over to my father-in-law's house. I casually mention things. Hey, I really love Christmas. Christmas is really great for me. A nice time of year for family and community, right? Didn't know and realize that even though she comes in and out, helps with different projects, she was listening. The other day, she pulled me aside. She's like, hey, Kristina, I got something for you. I'm like, oh, well, what? Hands me 2 big boxes of Christmas ornaments, and said, I'm not always good with the words. I want you to know that I observe, and I wanted to give this to you to bless you and your household. Now, if you had somebody in the city randomly give you that looked or presented the way that I was telling you this person presented, and you didn't know the backstory, how helpful they are, how they're able to help others when they need help, how they're able to do things like provide rides when people need rides, right? For instance, cars break down, things like that. Along that long stretch I showed you guys, who's going to help you? You can help yourself to an extent, but do you have somebody that's around that has the resources to help you besides family members? Yes, she's one of those, right? And so that was really heartening to me. And that right there is an example of why out here, it's what you do and how dependable you are. It's not about how you look and your outward appearance, okay? And that is what people lean on. And I find that so heartening, and it's actually so empowering, because I think a lot of us sometimes feed into a narrative. It's like, it's all about how I look, right? And so it is another form of freedom out here, not just the freedom of doing your own utilities, you know, having your own kind of experience with nature, but it's also the freedom of being able to not have to work on labels. Work on the labels that count, right? And so that's what I wanted to kind of talk about today. And I hope you guys kind of get a sense for where I'm going with that. Again, this is my experience. I know it's not every small town in the rural area, right? But the mindset is what I want you guys to think about, right? So if you're thinking about coming off grid, you're thinking about going to a small town, whether or not you choose to be fully off grid, hybrid off grid like us, meaning you have some amenities, but all your stuff, you make your own power, you have your own freedoms, you're out here in nature, however that describes for you. If you're in an area that's not a city, not a suburb, and you're away from some of the major areas, you're going to have similar mindsets of people, okay? Make it a great experience for yourself and be open. And you never know where it's gonna hit. Like, I now have these amazing Christmas ornaments, and I have this amazing story, okay? This is the same lady who, she gave me one of our 2 kittens, they're now cats, that we use to help us with, you know, they're our pets, but also help us with rats and stuff, right? And so you never know. And it's just been phenomenal, learning that, understanding people. And I want to encourage you all, be open. That's my story for today. Again, I have many of them, but this is one that I think, don't judge a book by its cover, especially if you come off grid. And I hope that it helps some of you out there make a decision, right? Go check out the area, talk to locals. You will see they are open, they are friendly. They're looking at you like, are they kind of standoffish? Are they making judgment? That's what they're looking at, right? They're not really looking at just what's presented here. What are you saying to them, right? Do you follow through, right? My experience, anyway, remember, life isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. And this is a good example. Hopefully I'll see you guys on the next off-grid tip. See ya. Bye.